U.S. has struck 3 Iranian nuclear sites, Trump says, joining Israeli air campaign. President Donald Trump said Saturday that the U.S. military struck 3 sites in Iran, directly joining Israel's efforts to decapitate the country's nuclear program in a risky gambit to weaken a longtime foe amid Tehran's threat of reprisals that could spark a wider regional conflict. There was no immediate acknowledgement from Iran of any strikes being carried out. The decision to directly involve the U.S. in the war comes after more than a week of strikes by Israel on Iran that have moved to systematically eradicate the country's air defenses and offensive missile capabilities while damaging its nuclear enrichment facilities. But U.S. and Israeli officials have said the U.S. stealth bombers and the 30,000-pound bunker-busting bomb, they alone can offer the best chance to destroying heavily fortified sites connected to the Iranian nuclear program buried deep underground. We have completed our very successful attack of 3 nuclear sites in Iran, including Fordo, Natanz, and Isfahan, Trump said in a post on social media. All planes are now outside of Iran airspace. A full payload of bombs was dropped on the primary site. Fordo, all planes are safely on their way home. Trump added in a later post that he would address the nation at 10 p.m. Eastern time, writing, "This is a historic moment for the United States of America, Israel, and the world. Iran must now agree to end this war. Thank you." Trump said B-2 stealth bombers were used, but did not specify which types of bombs were dropped. The White House and Pentagon did not immediately elaborate on the operation. Iran's supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, warned on Wednesday the United States that strikes targeting the Islamic Republic will result in irreparable damage for them. Iranian Foreign Minister spokesperson Ismail Baghaei declared any American intervention would be a recipe for all-out war in the region. So,
So Trump wrote this on Truth Social instead of addressing the nation. Nothing is of the norms. He says, "We have completed our very successful attack on the 3 nuclear sites in Iran, including Fordo, Natanz, and Isfahan. All planes are now outside of Iran airspace. A full payload of bombs was dropped on the primary site, Fordo. All planes are safely on their way home. Congratulations to our great American warriors. There's not another military in the world that could have done this. Now is the time for peace. Thank you for the attention in this matter." For me, I'm just, how you gonna slap somebody and say it's time for peace?
Well, he feels like we're the bully in the situation. The bullies come up now and actually punched. So now he feels like that's good enough. But what he's not really realizing is that he's just drug America into something that we really had nothing to do with. But I believe I know why he did it. I believe I know why he can be pushed and pulled by Netanyahu to do this situation exactly what he just did right here. Because I think that Netanyahu has something on Trump.
Yeah.
He went against his own intelligence chiefs who said that Iran was not developing a nuclear weapon. They said this already. He said, well, they don't know what they're talking about. You know what I mean? Pretty much.
They're lying. They're wrong. They don't know what they're talking about. He wanted this. He's trying to control. He's been trying to control the news cycle ever since Elon said what he said. That's all that's been going on. Oh, I'm gonna send American troops after U.S. citizens. You know what I'm saying? All this chaos, and it just ramped up. But this is ridiculous. It's gonna be a ground assault after a while. Let's keep it real. You can't just bomb them into it.
If I'm Iran, I'm definitely going to attack Israel. I'm going to attack Israel. That's what's going to happen. I'm going to all out attack them. Any of my proxies. If I'm the Middle East, I am surrounding Iran and allowing and helping them in any way, shape, or form, because I see American interventionism yet again in our region. Destabilization in our region. This is what's happened time and time again. Look at Libya. Look at Iraq. Look at every Gaza. Everywhere you see is American interventionism, which leads to destabilization, which leads to war, which leads to warlords. And next thing you know, that's why you have to worry about Yemen, because things that we do, people, this is just a ridiculous pattern.
It's crazy how many American lives are going to be at risk now. He said, hey, we don't need. A lot of people are like, we don't go to war, Iran. You told us that Kamala would send us to war, but you're saying us to war. You can't just say, oh, I bombed them, it's over. No, they're not going to just take a slap in the face and be like, "Oh, it's cool, you know."
Now
it's
it's time for peace.
Now it's time for peace.
You get to dictate terms of peace. Because next thing, what are you gonna do? Drop a nuke next? That's what you're thinking. Because that's the kind of person that he is. You want to do. You trying to like one up everyone in history. I want to be able to have done this. I want to be this person. And you're really just an idiot. That these people who are idiots that we listen to, who are around us all the time, help elect into office. America has a lot of really, really dumb, ignorant people who are really just, I mean, D riders. That's what y'all really are, man. That's what this really boils down to. You guys look at us and say, "Oh, look at the liberal tears. Look at this, that, and the third." No, I'm an American, and what I do understand is this one thing right here: is that you guys are stupid, man. This is what this really boils down to. You put us in bad situations by your stupid thinking. The rest of you, let's be honest about the rest of y'all who was talking bad about Kamala, who didn't want to vote, who saying she wasn't black enough, who had all the negative things to say, didn't want to be shocked and appalled about what's going on now. You're an idiot too. You're right along in that boat with those dummies who helped us put us in this box that we're in right now. That's how I feel about it.
Now we're at war with Iran, and who knows who else is going to jump in? What if Russia might want to respond to that? You know what I'm saying? China might want to respond to that. Pakistan might want to respond to that. You know what I'm saying? Egypt could do something about it because, you know, they know it's not going to stop. You know, and at this point in time, with all the information, like, look, if we don't get in this now, they're going to come after us. You know, and a lot of countries in the Middle East support Iran. You know what I'm saying? So I think this is just a foolish move on his end. You should have let Israel started the war with them.
This was not foolish on his end. This was intentional. Just like you said earlier in the conversation. He's doing everything he can to cover up for what's going on. He's willing to put us in all-out war to stop people from realizing who he really is.
And I want you guys to look at me closely. It's not going to be their children going to war. Think Ted Cruz is sending his daughters out there to enlist? Huh? Do you think any of the Trump kids are getting out there to enlist? No, it'll be your brothers and sisters, your family members that have to go fight a war for a whole nother country.
And let's just say this. Say we don't have to go to war. Say that Iran decides to not strike back, because in reality they need to. They need to, because they look like a very weak regime by allowing this type of behavior. Imagine somebody bombed our country. What do you think we're going to do? Imagine if people shot missiles in our country or put drones within our country. If they were Israel or the United States, what do you think we're going to do? So this regime is going to look weak because we keep on allowing everyone to kick and slap at them. But how can you control your people when you cannot control the outside elements who are bombing your country? This is what they want: regime change. Like someone said, you see what happened in Libya when Gaddafi was usurped in Libya. They sodomized Gaddafi. You know what I mean? When they caught him, they sodomized him like an animal and killed him in the streets. Do you think the Ayatollah or any of his the people who are left after they've killed a bunch of them here recently, you think that's what they want for their regime? Who do we think we're going to put in power?
Not even that, bro. It's just like, because if they don't fire back, Israel's just going to bomb them like they did Gaza and take their land. You know what I'm saying? But they got weapons.
You can fire back at Israel, but are you going to fight back to the people who just blew up, who you just said is going to spark a broader war? Are you going to fight America right now?
Remember last time
strike back at America?
Trump attacked Iran before, during his first administration, and what did they do? They shot straight at American soldiers.
He didn't attack. What he did was he killed Soleimani in Iraq. He killed him in Iraq.
Yeah,
that was their head general. They just killed their new head general. Israel just killed him. This has been an ongoing thing. They've been trying to goad them into it. They've been trying to goad. Yeah, absolutely, it was.
They attacked back.
They've been trying to goad Iran into some type of conflict. This is Israel, man. This is that rat-faced Netanyahu. That's what Netanyahu is. He's a rat face. That person, he's an Ashkenazi. He's not even he's not even from Israel. I mean, from Israel for real. That's not where the original, his name's not even Benjamin Netanyahu. It's different. He has a whole different name. He had to change his name. And so let's be honest, when we're talking about Israel, we're not talking about Jews. We're talking about the government of Israel. This is a messed
up situation. We got dragged into. He wanted to do it, but I mean, the whole thing is like we were at peace in America. I mean, like we're not. We're arguing with each other, and now we got to go to war with somebody. You think everybody going to unify for that? You know what I'm saying? You ain't got no good reason. Like who cares if we're gonna have a nuclear weapon? You know what I'm saying? Like supposedly, just
you want Iran to have a nuke? Do I want Israel to have nukes? That's the worst country in the world. They have a genocide going on in their own country right now. You guys have done regime changes in other countries for less. You guys did a regime change in Libya for less than that.
Yeah.
Let's be real. This is Barack Obama who I'm talking about at that point in time. That's Obama. So this isn't me.
Like,
I'm not a person who's just gonna ride along with whatever's going on just because. That ain't me.
This is this is a wild situation going on right now, ladies and gentlemen. You know, up here at Webb's Network Media, we're gonna keep you in tune with this because this isn't gonna end well for anybody.
Let's hope that that we can get to a point right now that there's no calmer head prevailing with this right here. All right.
Not at all.